as I was saying to you, was with or Emmy was learning her bike without stabilizers yesterday, and it was brilliant. But she was just so buzzing, just wanted to be outside constantly. And it got the last night, and I came inside, and I was like, I have burnt the crap out of my face. Like, so I'm hoping not too red today, but it was just like no typical like Northern Ireland sun was out. Don't think about sun cream, and just roll with it, and suffer the consequences.
You need to invest in. We've bought the spray.
Yes,
Will you spray them?
handy.
Or else is this one, and it's like, oh, it looks a bit like this microphone, and you rub it on.
Oh yeah.
Very cool, very very cool. But yeah,
We found the old makeup brush technique for holiday with the kids. So use your makeup brush, spray it on. It's good.
it is good. Lily'd love that. Jake's just a nightmare. Boys are fair, eh?
I'm a nightmare. I don't put it on. I'm the problem.
No, I don't put it on because I think I'll get a good tan, and then I end up like you, quite burnt.
Yeah. But Conor, we couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery. It would be fair
No,
to
we've
say.
been trying to
So
organise this probably for about 7 months, I'd say.
roughly, give or take. But it's great to have you here. Finally.
Yeah, thank you so much. Delighted to be here.
We've known each other for what I was thinking about this, maybe like 10 plus years, give or take.
Yeah.
So I remember Gallopers times and going to Bull and Ram.
Do you remember the first meeting though? Put you on the spot here. 'Cause
I
it's a
know. I
belter.
think we did discuss this before because I know you knew Dean. Before
I knew
there was,
Dean
there was an
because-
encounter with Dean.
Whenever I bought my first big boy car,
Yes,
he was the person,
involved.
and he gave me an awful deal. So that's how I knew Dean. So I
Flip's
wasn't too fussed in saying Dean again. Our first ever encounter, though, this is the strangest story, was so I obviously started the food blog about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I've got to do so many cool things. And one of them was I got to go to IKEA
Yes,
with Paula McIntyre.
yes.
And I don't know if people know this, but there's a kitchen in IKEA that's a fully functioning working kitchen. So what we did was myself and Paula and a few other people went to IKEA. We got the oven blasting and we cooked a 3-course meal, and then we all sat down in one of like the ready-made like dining areas that they've set up in IKEA, because you know they set them up like houses, which was class. Still a bit weird because it was still a fully functioning shop at the minute.
Yep.
So there's people walking past and buying things, and we were all sitting down and eating.
Yeah.
And then you were on board afterwards doing
drinks.
non-alcoholic, I think, cocktails at the time.
And there was those they have like syrups in IKEA. You know the way they like obviously people know for the hot dogs and stuff
Yep.
or the meatballs and things, and have these syrups and stuff. So our gig was to use some of the syrups. What is it? Is it like elderberry or something? It was a specific one, but it was like use these in cocktails.
In the cocktails, yeah.
and stuff. So it was quite cool. It was like a summer party or something they did. So
Yeah, I think it was like a
but
summer
yes.
soiree, but that was the very first meeting.
Right, yeah,
And
yeah.
then very shortly after that, and I hadn't put 2 and 2 together at this stage. You invited me and you were like, do you want to go and see, was it Brendan Rodgers? A night
That's
with
right.
Brendan Rodgers?
That's right, yeah.
So we went to that there. That was,
We dinnered in the Malmaison before that.
we got the Mal burgers,
That's
remember?
right. God.
So everything's kind of food related, which is quite good.
Now we're here with some lovely drinks with Ballygowan.
Yep.
Obviously, be active, keep you caffeinated. But thinking back, you obviously mentioned about the food blogging and stuff.
Yep.
Were you one of like the OG sort of like bloggers, and if we want to
Yeah.
say influencer content creator at that time?
I would say so. So I've been doing it about 10 years, give or take. It started off kind of organically, where me and Lauren, my wife, so we've been going out since we were 15.
Yeah.
So we kind of skipped that whole nightclub scene, let's go out. So we were like, let's save up our money and go out for nice meals. So I would have went out for nice meals, and I would have posted on Facebook, and I would have put up posts, and people were like, God, this place looks class. You should start something. So I remember going to Dean's at Queen's one night, and I come home and I was like, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something. And I stayed up all night, and I created a website on a platform called Wix. I created a website, I created a Twitter, which it was at that stage, and I created an Instagram. And I put up a photo of salt and chili squid. And the next thing, Michael Dean sent me a message saying, thank you so much. This is new. What is this? And I was like, I'm just going to like champion local restaurants and go out and visit them.
Yeah.
And he was like, brilliant. Do you mind if I share all this? So he shared it, and he had a following at the time because he was a renowned chef. And within about a week, I had maybe 1,000 followers, which seems like nothing now.
Yeah.
But back then, when it was maybe myself and 4 or 5 other people, that was quite big.
Yeah, God, absolutely.
So that opened the doors for me, and it started off as a hobby, Declan, where it was, so I'm a teacher in real life, I always say, and it was kind of a way for me to escape the classroom, go out for meals, do a bit of cooking, so it was almost like a distraction.
Yeah.
And then it was only really when Kathy Martin approached me and said, Para and I are looking you to do a TV advert. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm for it. I don't know. And they were like, it'll be a paid job. And I went, oh, right. So I went and I did the audition. And I got
twisted my arm.
Yeah. Money, you say? So I went and I did the audition and very quickly found out that I got the job. And then 6 days after Lily was born, so we're going back 8 years probably, I was on set, absolutely shattered, knackered, doing a TV advert.
Brilliant.
For Para and I, and it was put out at Christmas. And it was all over like Netflix and stuff. And that was probably the switch for me. I was like, I could turn this hobby into maybe a mini business venture.
And did you ever think, maybe we'll go back to, I know you as Conor and the food blogging and stuff. Who was Conor childhood? What was the sort of ambitions growing up and things?
So, ambitions, so it was just myself and my mum.
Yeah.
So my dad left whenever my mum was pregnant, so I've never met him. Grew up in quite a working class area called Poglass in West Belfast. And I wouldn't say that like I had...
Also known as?
Pogladesh, as you found out earlier.
That's Irish, by the way.
So yeah, it's not. But so like I didn't have a bad childhood. But what I think my mum did was she just put me forward as the first thing and her priority, and everything my mum did was geared around me. So she actually decided once she had the baby and she was going to be a single parent, I probably need to have an income here. So she went back and retrained as a mental health nurse and a pizza chef. So probably the love of food came from that. The downside to that, or maybe the upside, was my mum was studying during the day, working at night. So I moved in with my grandparents, so Bill and Mo, and quickly found out that my nana was the worst possible cook. So it was kind of... her idea of making a fry was just put everything in the pan, leave it there for 45 minutes, not turn a sausage. So you would have had half a sausage cremated and the other half raw. So
you had to step up pretty quick.
It was, thrive to survive, really. So I started cooking from like a really young age. And that's how the kind of love for food came into it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Brilliant. And you mentioned about teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Were you always drawn towards teaching, kind of like helping others?
Always wanted to go into PE teaching. So I was really, really sporty when I was young. You might not look at this physique now and think, God, he was an athlete. But growing up, I was
You're an athlete, mate. Never lose it.
Big into my football. Loved my football. I was probably out 5-6 nights a week playing football for various clubs and county and like development squads. And then thought, this is what I want to do. And I think like a lot of boys as well, we don't mature until we're about 30. So I just thought, sport, I'll be a PE teacher. So I went down that route and I went and trained as a teacher, found out very, very quickly, there's no PE jobs. And any PE jobs that are in Northern Ireland are usually kind of for someone else who's been in and volunteered in the school or went to the school and has been coming into the school. So they're very, very hard to come by. So my wife's dad said, what about essential skills? So have you ever heard of essential skills?
No.
So essential skills is effectively people who are going to learn trades. So coming out of school, going into colleges, and they maybe want to be bricklayers or they want to be electricians or anything at all, but they don't yet have the maths and English to achieve a full framework.
Yep.
So we would teach them maths and English. So I did that for about 5 years, did well in it, and then I made the jump, which I'm so glad about, to special educational needs. And that's where I currently find myself still. Yeah. So I work in Belfast Met as a lecturer for students with...
Fancy.
Yeah.
It's not a professor.
Not a professor yet. Just a lecturer. No, I'm happy. I'm happy being where I am, yeah.
And how long have you been there?
I'm there 10 years this year.
Wow.
Yeah, so 10 years.
Get a testimonial?
God, I don't know. I didn't get a pay rise anyway, I tell you that much. 10-year service medal is about it.
That's coming, mate. Don't you worry. Brilliant. So with the blogging on the side then, it was a bit of a side hustle.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, there was a bit of a turn to be like, God, there could be a bit of a business in this.
Yeah.
Do you think at any stage growing up or whatever, was there any entrepreneurial drive in you? Do you think you would want to own a business, or, was that ever on the cards?
I think I always had, like, my mum always says there's a wee want in you. You always want to better yourself, which I don't think's a bad thing.
My mum says that, and it's not in a positive way.
No. I don't think, and I think there's something to be said for getting to somewhere and not settling. I always like to look at progressing myself, and it's not like a greed or anything, but I think it's just I want my children probably to grow up with maybe access to a little bit more than what I had. And that's nothing against my mum. Like, my mum was amazing.
Yeah.
But just a single parent family, probably in like a low income area, opportunities were limited. And I just wanted kind of my kids to be able to kind of just explore more than what I could. So I think that's the we want in me. It's not really like, oh, I want the best cars, I want the best watches, I want to go on 15 holidays a year. It's more about building kind of like a foundation for my family, really.
Yeah, well, this has kind of cropped up quite a lot in the conversations we've had here, that, as you said, like for me personally and a lot of other people, it's not like I want the Lamborghini and the Rolexes and stuff. Now, if someone offered me those things, that might be nice.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm doing it for. It's,
No.
For me, a lot of time it's freedom and options. And as you say, I don't think there's anything wrong with being ambitious. And I think in Northern Ireland in particular, there is... it's a bit of a taboo sometimes. I think money, like people don't like. So, like even you mentioning there about getting opportunities from the blogging to then earn money.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, you know, like, who do you think you are, or whatever. But it's like, well, of course, would you do it if you were offered the opportunity? Like,
And
of course you would. Like,
and I think that's all new. And I never get into like the food blogging to earn money. I always thought of it as a way to unwind after work. And then it was that wee switch.
Yeah.
I was like, God, I could maybe turn this into, and that maybe will allow me to explore other opportunities.
Yeah.
And then my motto, honestly, from that is say yes to everything. Say no to nothing, say yes to everything, jump in. And if you do it and it works, great. And if it doesn't, you give it a go and you haven't lost anything.
You've learned something.
Yeah. So that's probably why we're here today. It's the first podcast I've ever done.
Yeah. Well, you're in good hands, man.
The best.
I like to think. But I know I totally love that philosophy, and I think it's really true in business as well. We can overthink and overthink, and before you know it, you've talked yourself in of it, out of it. You're not going to do it. Where sometimes, if it suits, do you know what? Say yes. Go in with it with 2 feet, and you'll find out along the way.
That's it.
Like in at the deep end, so to speak.
And it's opened up so many opportunities for me, Declan. It really has. Like, I was very reluctant when I started doing kind of the blog to say yes to things, because I was almost not afraid, but probably, a little bit afraid of, when they're offering you money, there's a different kind of stress on it, because you feel like you're creating a product for someone and you have to do it to a certain standard.
The expectation.
Yeah. Whereas when you're doing it more off the beat and more organically, it's your content. So a lot of minds probably went back to that. But there was a couple of years there where I was saying yes to everything and seeing what doors it opened up for me. And probably the biggest one was a guy called Daryl, a Q Radio, reached out to me.
Yeah.
And he was saying, we're going to do a new feature on Q called Get Social with Yaz. We're going to bring 5 people in who are on social media. Monday to Friday, there's going to be a 15-minute segment. And we want you to be the foodie guy. So I was like, brilliant. I was like, yep, 100%, sign me up, because my philosophy is say yes to everything, say no to nothing. And I was like, let's do it. So I would go in, meet Yaz, and we'd go on and I'd talk about the 5 best burgers in Belfast. Or the next week it might have been, here's a good coffee spot to go for maybe a mate date or a first date. And the next week it might be, here's a simple recipe you can do with the kids. And it was 15 minutes. And I did that for about 8 weeks. And Errol phoned me. And he was like, hey, you have a decent voice. You seem like you can talk. Do you want to try your own show? And I was like, yep, 100%. Why not?
I couldn't do it, Errol. I'm awful shy.
Yeah, I'm awful shy. And I was like, I've had no training in this, Errol. And he was like, don't worry, we'll get you in. And so I went in then. He phoned me the Thursday night. We were watching, I think, maybe the final of I'm a Celebrity. And he phoned me and he was like, do you want to do it? And I went, yeah. When do you want me to do it? Because if you ever watch I'm a Celebrity, you know when you come to the final, you're getting close to Christmas.
Yes, yeah.
And I was like, sure, we'll start in the new year. And he goes, no, we'll start on Saturday. Come in at 6:30 a.m. Saturday morning. So I was like, dead on, no worries. So I went in with a guy called Conor who does the breakfast show on Q Radio. And it's been invaluable, me getting in and learning from him and kind of learning on the job. And I think a lot of people, that's probably the way people learn most. And in at the deep end. Yeah. Learn on the job, learn by doing, learn by demonstration. I know it's how I probably learn best. So that's another opportunity that opened up to me.
Yeah. And it's just from putting yourself out there. Like taking risks. I just want to touch on the radio though, because you were kind enough to invite myself and Dean on the back end of last year. And it was class seeing the setup and how you do everything, and you're really natural at it. And
Thank you.
But it blew my mind a wee bit that it was like this responsibility, and it was like it's you there, and you're pushing the buttons, and you let us in the door, and that's just how things operate now.
It's mad. So and to me that's normal, because as I say, I just jumped in at the deep end and did it. So I've had my own show now coming up almost 3 years, which is scary enough as it is.
3 years?
3 years.
Seriously?
Yeah, so I've been on Q just over 3 years. So I did the Get Social Biaz.
Yeah.
And then probably November this year will be
class.
obviously in the 3 years of me actually having my own show. But yeah, so when you're there, you come in, you and Dean were a guest, and you come in and we let you into the building, and it's just me there.
Yeah.
So I'm responsible for making sure everything's timed up, the music logs being done, the news going out on time, having kind of all your links ready to go.
I was like, I was feeling my anxiety rise, and you're just sitting chatting to us. I'm like, do you not need to like go and like push a button or like, do something? But yeah, I suppose when it's what's going on, or you've done the reps and you understand the situation.
Don't get me wrong, like, see, for the first maybe 6-7 weeks, I didn't breathe between songs, and I was counting myself down, going, I'm going to have to talk here in 30 seconds. What am I going to do? Whereas now, it's like anything. The more you do it, you become more natural at it. And
100%. Yeah. And that opportunity on Q then, has that presented you with further opportunities in the last 3 years, do you think, that platform?
Road shows with Q, I've got a lot more like kind of hosting jobs, but I think they work off each other because I'm still on the food scene.
Yeah.
And then people now know that I probably have the confidence to speak in front of people. Yeah. So maybe hosting award shows, or I did a really, really cool one with Peroni called a Sensory Supper. We did it in Waterman House.
Class.
Where we basically brought people in. It was an Italian themed night, and 5 courses, and every course was paired with a drink. But sensory supper, so there was an element of surprise in every single one. So maybe for one of the desserts, everyone had to be blindfolded. Mm-hmm. For another one, there was maybe a hidden ingredient then that you had to try and use your senses. And we'll have music playing in the background, which would kind of match the vibe of the dish that was being put out. So
class.
Things like that. But I've got, honestly, I'm so lucky because I've got to work with kind of so many incredible brands that really not a lot of people get to work with.
Yeah.
So like Marks and Spencer's, and they flow me out to London, and I've done a few kind of cool things with Emily, a nutritionist. Was at one of her kind of cooking demos. Ian Wright was there. It was great to catch up with him, get a good yarn with him, and why he didn't choose United over Arsenal. It's his biggest regret. It's not, by the way. I'm just saying that it would be my biggest regret. And then just lots and lots of other kind of opportunities that have come my way that.
Yeah, it's class. But as I mentioned earlier, I think it's such a good advertisement for taking the opportunity, putting yourself out there, doing the risk, because like you can just sit and do nothing and nothing's ever going to change. No. You know what I mean? So, and obviously it depends on the person and what they're looking for. But I just think with we'll maybe touch on social media here and how it's maybe changed in the last sort of 10 years. But I do think it's easy to throw a bit of shade at social media and content creators. To be like, oh, well, it's not a job and why should I listen to you and this and that. But might be wrong, but I do think a lot of it's just a bit of jealousy. That
there could be. I think when I first started, it was kind of, there wasn't a lot of people doing it.
Yeah.
And now, like, if you look even just at like the food blogging side in Northern Ireland, God, there's maybe 60 or 70 people doing it.
Did you find, I mean, you mentioned there the first sort of paid opportunity was actually with Power NI, but I was going to say, did you find niched into the food? Obviously it's your Insta handle and stuff and how you were known reviewing food.
I feel like I kind of niched myself into it.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of
niches is very good, sorry.
I got a lot of opportunities to do other things and I turned them down.
Yes.
I don't know what goes against my say yes to everything, but if it doesn't fit with kind of the brand, so like there was a few times I got asked to like maybe like do clothes, not modeling, but like put them on saying, oh, this is available here.
Yeah.
And I was like, it wouldn't fit with my audience. My audience are very engaged in food. Over the last maybe 5 or 6 years, more family.
Yeah.
Things like that. So I think it's important. And I think being niche, as you said, can be good.
Yep. And
it opens up more opportunities for you. And I think brands appreciate that as well.
Yeah.
Because brands are aware that, oh, well, we know that you're not going to be working with us one day and then working with something completely different the next day.
Yeah.
Which I don't think works either, because I think it makes you seem a little bit less kind of like invested in your own handle or your own kind of content.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Well, I'd actually heard an interesting story recently about a brand collaboration. I think this was an international one, to be fair. And it was a big influencer, say millions of followers. And this brand had paid a decent whack of money for them to advertise the said product. But hadn't asked for their breakdown of their kind of demographics and stuff, of their profile. So basically, it was only afterwards then. I can't remember the exact brand, I'll not mention names, but it was, say, heavily female orientated of a certain orientation,
Okay.
but it turned out that this female influencer was actually followed by a lot of, say, younger men,
Okay.
as an example.
Yeah.
And therefore then it didn't have the impact that
Yeah.
they thought. But actually then this fell back on the marketing team being like, well, you didn't do your research
Yeah.
into that. Whereas you maybe assume, young, attractive female,
Well, that's it.
certain type of audience will sell a product, but actually it was a different following.
And I think as well, it's important to remember, like, followers are great, but followers aren't everything.
Yeah.
And I say this whenever brands approach me and I'm going, and they might come to me and go, well, we're thinking of you, but we've also got this other person and they've got 75,000 extra followers. And I'm going, right, well, I'm going to give you my demographic breakdown because mine's quite strong in terms of 95% of my following are Northern Irish based.
Yes.
I do a lot of work with Northern Irish produce and champion like local restaurants and stuff. So I'm like, my demographic age target as well is like something like 35 to 54.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they're your customers, they're the people you want.
Yeah.
So I'm very upfront and I share this with the brands. As soon as we have any kind of, I'm saying, I'm going to give you this, you use this.
But
knowledge.
it's mutually beneficial. You're like, this is what I can do for you. Does this suit you? If not, there'll be someone else. And the same with them. Someone else might suit their brand better. Like, that's cool.
And the example you're giving, that person who probably hadn't shared their demographic or the marketing team who haven't looked into it, they'll probably not get used again with that brand. So that brand could have went for someone with a third of the following, but a fully engaged following and one that meets.
Well, that's the thing. I think there's a lot to be said for an engaged community, and building something like that versus, as you say, you could have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, but are there bots or is it people that are just following for God knows what reasons?
I don't know. Yeah. It's a very, very strange kind of industry to be in.
Yeah. How if you were to describe how it's changed since you kicked things off, what would you sort of say?
I would probably say it's saturated.
Yes. Overall or food scene?
With everyone.
Yeah. I know I've just asked you a question, I'm going to butt in. That's probably where if we jump back to niche, if you can be niche and quality and have that engaged community, that's probably where people stand out, in terms of having that authenticity, maybe is a good word for it.
Yeah, and people can buy in. I think it's important that people don't just buy into your content, but buy into you as a person.
Yes.
So if you can make sure you put yourself out on your page and talk through, they get to know you, the person behind maybe the recipes or the food reviews or whatever you're posting. But you're saying how it's changed. Probably whenever I first started, I was probably one of the only ones who was focusing solely on food.
Yeah.
So I was getting invited to everything. And I was going to most things and it was exhausting. And I'd said to Lauren, I'm going to be out again this tonight because I'm going to, there's a new menu launching or they've done a revamp or a refurb. They want me down to have a look. And I was going, but it's going to benefit us in the long term.
Yeah.
Because you have to keep relevant. You have to keep current.
Yeah.
Now, though, I do think it's so saturated, which is a good and a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's probably, unless you're going to make a full-time career out of influencing now, I don't think you're going to be able to rely on it as a source of income. I never wanted to rely on it.
Yeah.
It's too unstable, and I always think there'll be someone better come along. And there's far, far better food influencers on the NI scene than me now.
What do you mean, though, when you say that? In terms of the content they're producing or the time they can give to it?
I think probably the time that they can give to it. So I'm now teaching 5 days a week.
You're a dad.
I'm a dad. You've got the radio.
Yeah.
You've got the other little bits in. You need your own time as well. So it's difficult for me. I used to set aside a Sunday to do a load of content. Sunday's now is family day.
I was going to say.
Do you know what I mean? Kids don't understand deadlines. Kids don't understand a lot of things. And their innocence is beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'd much rather be a dad.
And it's only a season as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll only be young for a while.
And you don't want to miss that. You really don't.
Who knows? You could kick back the, Sunday content days in the future, when they...
I will, and I still do.
Yeah.
I still do it, but probably don't get as much content out as I should or that I would like to. And I'm very, very... I don't want to put content out just for the sake of it.
Aye.
I want it to be a little bit meaningful.
Yes.
But it is busy, and I think with that saturation, I think when we're going back and maybe there was 6 or 7 people invited to an event and there was maybe one person for food, one person for decor, one person for music.
Yeah.
And I get sick of it as well. If I go, if there's an event on and I see
Same people.
40 people posting the exact same thing,
I know.
I kind of switch off a little bit. So I've taken a step back from going to those kind of events,
Yeah.
and I try to do more organic content, me going out my own.
Yeah, I could see why. Do you think? Did you feel a pressure to always be like, this place is great, that place is great, just because of they're being sound, they're inviting me down, and
Probably at the start, yeah.
yeah,
At the start, you're kind of going, God, they're inviting me down. You kind of can't say bad things, but then I always remind myself, I'm not a food critic. You know, like I am
just your
not
opinion.
there. This is just my opinion, and I would never want. So I don't think it would be my place to run down a business
yeah,
or say that it was. So if I do go to the place and I really didn't enjoy it, I would maybe talk to them and say, listen, it wasn't really for me. I will put it up because other people are going to have different opinions.
yeah,
But I'm not going to be saying, oh, this is the best pizza I've ever had.
Yeah.
I'll just say, here's a new one for you to try.
Yeah.
Go and make your own decisions. What do you think? If
Yeah.
you were going, what should I get next time?
yeah. Look, I think there's a balance to be had out there, because I always remember post-COVID, Michael Dean coming out with a statement that was like, wishing everybody luck in hospitality, reopening again. And it was like, look, guys, be kind. At the end of the day, it's only food and drink.
Yeah.
And it's not that deep.
No.
But people get really hung up. And I get you work hard when you're going out. You're spending decent money these days to go and eat. You want a good experience all around. But as you've just hit on there, like, it's people's livelihoods and
Yeah.
businesses out there. So, like, what kick are you getting from, like, running them down into the ground? The businesses, speaking as a hospitality owner, like, speak to the management there and then
Yeah.
to resolve the problem. That's all we can do.
Yeah.
Whereas what you leave, run us down, whatever, it's not great. Or do you know what? Just say nothing and don't come back.
Yeah, and I think as well, you have to remember, like, I have no qualifications in food. I do this because it was a hobby of mine
Yeah.
and I enjoy going out. So really, I feel it's probably my main objective is to let people know there's maybe a new place available or a new menu's launched, or you can get a really good Sunday carvery here, or like this pizza slice is unbelievable. You should go and try it for yourself.
Yeah.
For me to turn out and go, oh, their tomato base for me was a little bit tangy. The pecorino I don't think was the highest quality. I was like, who am I? I'm just there to let you know that these places are here and you could go and experience them for yourself.
I like that. Feeling tired? Ballygowan has you covered with its new B-Active caffeine water. Ballygowan Active is sugar-free, fruit-flavoured water and contains both magnesium and zinc. So if it's focus and concentration you're after, Ballygowan has you covered with its new caffeine water. Ballygowan B-Active. Caffeine, but clear. If I was listening to this and I was like, do you know what? I want to be a content creator and I'm starting at zero.
Yeah.
What advice would you give someone now? Today?
My advice, and I think that's another thing. I think I've been, because I was one of the original ones, a lot of the food bloggers who are on the scene now probably came to me with that question. Like, what should I do?
You should have said, don't do it.
I don't do
Don't
it.
do it, man.
I've always said the main thing to do is try to be yourself, try to make your content as relatable, and don't try to like over edit it. Because if you go in and you overly edit a restaurant's food and then they turn up and it looks nothing like what was there, it's going to reflect badly on you and the restaurant.
Like McDonald's.
Another thing is probably, I put Belfast into my name, Belfast Food Blogger,
Yes.
which is good in a way, but it does limit you in some ways.
Know what you mean?
Whereas if you were going to pick one, you might want to think quite carefully about your handle. And then my biggest advice would be get yourself a library of content. So if you're going to start social media tomorrow, don't have your first post up tomorrow. Give yourself 6 to 8 weeks. Create 30, 40 pieces of content. That way, you've no stress about, I need to get something out. You have it there.
Yeah.
You can reuse it. And that would be my advice, because sometimes you do feel a pressure. I haven't had anything out in 5 days. I need to get something up. And then it might not meet your own standards.
And do you find consistency is key?
Yeah. Yeah. Consistency is key. Posting at regular times. Engaging with the brands you're working with to know, well, what time would you want me to post at? When are your customers?
Yeah.
Because they have access to their own information of when their customers are online.
Yeah, true.
As well. So it's kind of that.
Tie it all up.
But I think, yeah, getting that library of content where you're not, oh, what am I going to do next? And you'll have it. And that'll give you time then to organically make more content over.
And that kind of leans into, I was going to ask you about people have these. I've mentioned this before about their opinions on content creators, social media, and stuff in this economy. There's a lot goes on behind the scenes, to create content, engage with the brands, timings and stuff. It's not just post a bit of content. Sure, it's not.
A
It's just a bit more to it.
30-second reel could take anywhere from 4 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
When you take into consideration of even the back and forth emails between
brands,
the
clients,
brands, maybe getting a script ready, the outtakes would take a lot. If you're going somewhere, like if you have to go and traveling, stopping off to get petrol, coming back, editing your footage, adding your subtitles, posting it up, doing a trial run, sending it back to the brand for approval, doing the caption, making sure the hashtags are correct, then working out when we want this posted. So it's not just like you might see a 15, a 30, a 1 minute reel. Yeah. But it hasn't taken that time to do it. Yeah. So it's a big investment.
And then accounting and stuff as well, invoicing and things.
Invoicing.
And all that stuff comes into play.
Keeping on top of your posted content, I think, is important as well. Yeah. So once you post and you go, oh, that's up there, you don't forget about it. Yeah. Because you want an engaged audience. So if someone comments on it, you want to leave a comment back. Or if someone likes it, you might want to send them a thank you. Yeah. I remember going to Kathy Martin. I think she still does them. They're a little bit different. She used to do these things called Bloggers Brunch. Mm-hmm. I used to go to them years ago. And I remember there's a girl called Kim Constable who's a sculpted vegan.
Yeah, yeah. And a few parties for Kim.
Yeah, yeah. And she was, one of the best pieces of advice she gave me was, every single one of your followers is there because of you. So if you don't engage with them or acknowledge them, they'll soon switch off. So she has such a humongous following now. Yeah. She's over 1 million, I think. Wow. So she couldn't possibly do this now. But whenever I met her, she was maybe sitting on 100,000, maybe. Yeah. Maybe which was like elite level when we're going back those years. If someone sent her a message, she would take the time to send them a video message back. Yeah. Not just text. She sent a video message. Wow. So I think if you do get a message, and like you might get hundreds a day. You might get 15 a week. It just depends on who you are. But it's important to maybe engage with them.
So what we're saying is you got Kim from 100K to 1 million?
That's exactly, yeah. It wasn't anything to do with her content or her workouts that she does. It was just me on the day asking her that question.
Love that. But yeah, I mean, and look, at the end of the day, it would be a great way to earn a living full time. Don't get me wrong, it's not life or death, but there is a lot more goes into it, I think, than people maybe give credit for.
Yeah, a lot more goes into it. For me, it would never be a career that I would want to focus solely on. I would never want to rely on it. Yeah. I have the teaching, which is my true passion. My aim, funny enough, when I started the food blog was I would love to get into radio. Yeah. And after I did the Power and I stuff, I maybe did about 7 or 8 different radio segments, a few news segments. And I was like, this is where I would like to go. So to be on Q, I kind of feel like I've reached what I set out to achieve. Yeah. But no, it would never be something that I would rely on. If you look at the Northern Ireland industry or the Northern Ireland scene, Declan, you're probably talking 10 who have forged a full-time career out of it. Yeah. Where they've left their jobs. Yeah. They're given over days upon days to do content creation non-stop. Yeah. So unless you can do that, I don't think it's ever going to become a full career for anyone.
Fair. Let's move on to family.
Brilliant.
So you sort of touched earlier, was Lily just born and you started the blog? Is that what you said? Or was
No. Started the blog about 10 years ago. Lily was born. She's coming 8 here. Okay. In August. But it was, so the first 2 years was me really going out, championing local places, trying new places, dabbing my hand at home recipes. I started off doing fakeaways.
That's right, yeah.
And then COVID hit and we couldn't go to any of our, so I used to do like fakeaway Fridays, where I'd be like, well, you can't go to here to get a Big Mac, let's make a Big Mac at home. Yeah. Or you can't go here to get this, let's try and do it at home. So I would have went live every Friday and we would have done Friday takeaways.
Was that successful?
It was really, really good. Yeah. It was very, very successful. But COVID was really the time where everyone became a food blogger.
Aye, true.
Because there was not a lot else to do.
Cooking.
Yeah. So for the first 2 years, it was kind of me just organically doing everything. And then after 2 years, I got probably that break with Power and I. And that's when it turned from maybe like a hobby into like a mini business. Yeah. And that's when Lily was born.
Okay.
So that was me on set. I think it was 6 days after she was born, filming. Absolutely shattered. Great experience. Like, absolutely loved it. Different. But yeah, and again, everything you do, it's the same as you. Like, you don't do all of everything you do for the love of it. You do it all because you want to create something better for your family.
Yeah. And I think, like, certainly for me, I think you could look and be like, oh, he's got it together. There's like a master plan, but it's kind of just like a river meandering. Like, I know I'm going in an ambitious direction.
Yeah.
But it's sort of
how I get
changing.
there isn't entirely up to me.
Yeah, or I'm open to opportunity, and we'll see
Yeah.
where it takes us and stuff. And it's just about exploring that. But ultimately, it is in my family's best interests. You know, that's why I'm doing things. Do you feel becoming a dad changed your ambition?
Yeah, massively, absolutely massively. So I said a little bit earlier. So I didn't have a dad. My dad left when my mum was pregnant. So I think there was about 2 weeks to go, and he just was like, "This isn't for me." So I'd never met him. So I didn't know what it was like. Then people are always like, "Oh," but to me that was normal.
Yeah,
I'd never known what it was like to be a dad. But I think kind of having that experience has kind of helped me sculpt me into being the dad I am today. So a big part of me is I always want to be there for my kids.
Yeah.
So if it's sports days, if it's performances at school, if it's swimming, gymnastics, football, whatever it may be, I want to be present. So I've found especially probably since Jake's come along, Jake's going to be turning 4, I've taken a step back from maybe the amount of time I dedicate or can dedicate or want to dedicate probably to the food blogging, because I want to spend more time with my family. I want to spend more time with my kids, because, like, to me, there's no better joy in life than having kids.
Yeah.
I know others disagree, but I absolutely love it. I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's changed my life profoundly, for the better. And it's class. It's an adventure. No 2 days are the same.
Every day's an adventure, all right. You never know.
Every hour by hour is an adventure.
That 4 to half 7 stint is certainly an adventure, if you want to call it that, to get to bedtime.
Well, we've had a few, the last 2 weeks, we've had a few 4 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. starts.
Wow.
Where they're early, bright
Is
mornings.
that with the light coming in?
I think the light and the heat.
Yeah,
Blessed with the heat, so they're up a little bit early. Now, the World Cup's on at the minute.
Yeah.
So those starts haven't been too hard, because you maybe go down and you can get a bit of a match in. But yeah, I think being a dad as well, or being any part of a family, you have to be more organised than ever before.
Do you not ever feel this, right? I said this the other day to one of my neighbours, and I mentioned it before. Like, I think back now to like before kids.
What did you do?
I was like, what did I do? I was so lazy.
Why
was I filling my time? Because now I'm like, oh my God, there's not enough hours in the day.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on between family, work? Like, literally on the way here, I was like, right, do the pod, catch up with Conor. And then, do you know what? There's nothing pressing in work. It's been taken over. Maybe I could nip home and do a bit in the garden.
Yeah.
And get it sorted.
I love a bit of gardening.
I know. Do you know what? You talk about stuff over COVID. I loved a bit of gardening over COVID. And then kids, dogs. I'm like, it's slowly gone down the pecking order. But I think as well, don't know if it's like a bloke thing. It's a decent like excuse to be like, I'm going to go do the garden. And it's like, it can't really be argued. It's like, it's okay. The garden needs maintained. He's going out, he's doing a bit of work.
Headphones on.
Yeah, stopping for a bit of coffee. Oh, he's chatting to a neighbour again. Where is he? He's away with the dogs.
But yeah.
You had to get a flat white.
But yeah, you said it's having a family has changed so much. I think I've become a much more productive person.
Yeah.
Especially the hours of 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're getting the kids up. My kids are both school age now, so you're getting them up in the morning. Lauren starts work a little earlier than me. She's speech and language therapist in the Royal, so she's away a little bit early, so she gets that lovely drive into work, stress free, which is lovely. I like the reminder of it. I'm left with the 2 lads, and I'm like, right, let's get ready for school. Let's get our breakfast into you. Let's get our lunches made. And kids, I was saying this before, kids don't understand deadlines.
No.
All right, their innocence, I say, is beautiful. So I'm like going, I need you to speed up here because I have to get in for my students. And they're like, 5 more minutes. And I'm like, I literally can't give you 5 minutes. Because if you're late, I'm late. So we really need to get a move on here.
Or you'll get hit with why.
Yeah, the
why.
Yeah.
Why.
So very, very, very productive. I think as well it's changed probably my social life as well.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but since becoming a dad, my window of opportunity is 4 and 8. I don't like going out.
Yeah.
Like when I was younger, it would have been, oh, we'll go to your house at 10 o'clock, we'll have a few beers, and then we'll head into town, we'll have a burger at about 2 a.m. and we'll get home at 4.
No.
Whereas children don't understand hangovers.
No.
So that's why I have a distinct cut-off point. If I'm out with my friends, I'm like, I'm stopping now. And they're like, oh, come on, have a few more. And I'm like,
On
definitely
that
not.
though, you know my brother Niall, right? And my sister Rebecca is very on this train as well. So they've this thesis of a 4-hour fund window, and they believe that anything over 4 hours is unproductive in terms of like socializing, like the social battery is drawn down, that maybe like how much more do you really need to drink, etc., etc. And yeah, sort of I can buy into it a bit now.
I
now,
can
neither
buy
of
into a shorter window.
the 90-minute football match.
I could buy into it, honestly, yeah.
Now neither of them are parents, to be fair, and they're
Yeah.
saying this, so like I'm definitely on board with it. But it's interesting, like Niall, he lives in London and stuff, and he would very much be like, no, had a nice dinner with mates, a few drinks, whatever, got the next time, I just Irish exit out the door.
Yeah.
See you later.
Beautiful.
That's it. So,
Yeah. I think gone are the days of, because you have responsibilities.
yeah.
And I say they don't understand hangovers, and they shouldn't understand
No,
hangovers because
no,
you have the responsibility. So
thankfully
if you're
not.
getting home at 4, you're still up at 7, and you're still making Weetabix. Do you know what I mean? And so you make that kind of conscious decision. No, I'm going to stop now because I'll be able to function correctly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be a big drinker myself anyway. Big
Yeah.
coffee drinker.
Love coffee.
Yeah.
Do you think, like, Dean and I discuss this a lot, if you had a wish, like, would it be cool to go back and live a day or a night out, just minus the responsibility, but like with your experience now? So like you're still 37, 38-year-old Conor, but the responsibility's away
Kinda
for a
me.
day. I know, I couldn't remember, so it was like,
Kind of a wee bit older, a wee bit.
no, it's all right, man.
Do you know what? I'm going to go back and I'm
40.
going to touch on family again. We're very, very lucky. We have a really good support network behind us between my mum, my auntie Michelle,
Yeah.
and Lauren's mum and dad, Carol and Sean, that we still do get to have the odd night
Yeah.
where we can switch off. So if we need to go and we maybe like are going to go away for a night, for a little staycation, and you can't switch off. They switch off to an extent. You're still going to go there, fret for them, look at 100 photos of them, do FaceTimes. But do you mean would I like to go back and have one night where travel back in time and there's no responsibility whatsoever?
Yes. Yeah. Just for a night, like,
No.
no. Fair. Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
don't think so. I think I'm very, very content with where I am now.
I love that.
That there's nothing better than a morning cuddle with your kids. Like,
I woke
what I
up
mean?
this morning and it was 6:30 or whatever. Like, opened my eye and I was like, it wasn't Jenny looking at me, it was Amelia. And I was like, what is going on? Like,
Yeah.
where's Jenny? How did you get in here? The dog was in the bed, all sorts. So, but yes, it is.
Would
it
you?
is lovely. Part of me's like, do you know what? I might like it for 4 hours.
there's your 4 hour window.
4 hour window to be like, that was fun, and then just go back. 'Cause
Yeah.
I do find it really hard to switch off, even like with a night out. Like, I don't know if you would maybe appreciate this, but even if it's like Jenny and I get to go out for dinner, or it's like a night out with your mates, but you're in Belfast, it's still like the responsibility is still there.
Yeah.
Like, my businesses are here, like my family's here, it's all still here. I need to be a plane away, to be
Removed.
like, okay, I can then drop it down a level. But even at that, I
never truly switch off.
still struggle to, and you know what, maybe I just don't want to. I don't know.
Yeah. I think
So-
with us as well is we love going for meals. But then Lauren's like, every time we go for meals, she's like, are you going to take photos of this? Do you want to take a few videos? And I'm like, no, I'm going to have
She
I'm
knows
going
the
to
drill.
switch off. We'll just enjoy it here.
How has Lauren been? Obviously you say you've been together
Brilliant.
like a long time, but like,
Yeah,
you with
yeah.
the-
We started going out when we were 15. So we met in school.
yeah.
So as I said, we celebrated 13 years of marriage
Wow.
on the 22nd of June. But we've been together 25 years, which
Wow.
is mad.
Yeah. What is that in terms? I know it's not wedding, but like, what's a 25-year wedding anniversary? Is that like silver? Like,
I have no idea, but
No,
you're throwing me under the bus here.
someone find that out.
13 years was a Chinese. That's what that was.
Can't wait for that one.
Yeah, so it's a good one. But Lauren's really, really supportive, and I think it's really, really important that we're very supportive of each other. Like, she's at
Yeah.
the minute, she's doing a master's and stuff, and she's doing a lot of research, and she needs her time to do that, and it's great. And you work as a team. You're like, listen, I'm going to take the kids for 2-3 hours here. You just take that time, and she'll be like, on a Sunday, so like, I'll take the kids to the park, give you the house to yourself,
Nice.
to do your content and stuff. So
To do the garden.
To do the garden, yeah.
Do you find your working lives, do they kind of like dovetail with each other so that it's...
Yeah, we're very lucky. We're very
flows?
similar. She's 8 to 4. I'm 9 to 4, really.
Okay.
In the college is a little bit different. So you try to get in maybe about half 8, get prepped up for your class coming.
Yeah.
Which is great because it gives me the opportunity to do the school run as well. Or if I can't do it, I'll drop them at Lauren's mum and dad's.
Which
and they'll do it.
we did touch on, like the stress of that, but also it's lovely.
Oh, it's
as
class.
well, you know.
Brilliant to
So-
be there for them. But yeah, everything's stressful.
Yeah.
Like everything with kids is super stressful.
I know. Just leaving the house is...
Oh, do you remember the first time leaving after having one child? I was like, why have we got 6 bags?
Mate, I can't remember who I told the story to again recently, but that first night of bringing Amelia home, and Jenny's mum and my mum were both in the house, seeing her and all, brilliant. And I swear to God, like as a 32-year-old man, my mum leaving the house, I just wanted to cry. I was like, what do you do? What do you mean you're going? Like you're leaving us with this
You now live
baby?
here?
Like what do I do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like 32. I really want my mum. Like just
It's quite natural though as well. That it's almost like a switch. Like up until Lauren being pregnant, I was like, oh, so worried. And then you cut the cord and they hand you this living thing, and you're like, well, that's it.
here we go.
You just have to
In at the
you know,
deep end.
dig deep and do your best. But it is like a wee switch. You kind of automatically go, well,
Yeah.
this is us. But I do remember you said about before kids, what did you do? You were carefree. You didn't have to plan anything.
Yeah.
Now, like to go for a coffee, you're planning, right, I might need babysitters. You might have that 4-hour window. Sometimes you have an hour window.
Yeah.
I just always remember going out the first trip ever. I think we went to Sprucefield beside us. We were like, we can't go too far.
Yeah.
We can't go far at all.
Plus there's a boots there. So
And I was like, right. And I think we were going out maybe for an hour. I think I packed 18 nappies and about 6 clothes changes, and that was just for me. And then for Lily, we packed loads more. And I think I brought a full Medi kit, and I brought like a pram. And Lauren was like, well, just put her car seat in the trolley. And we'll
Yeah,
bring it. I was
yeah.
like, no, we need a pram. This child's so precious.
Yeah.
Baby number 2.
different story.
You're like, just whack them in the trolley. Don't even put a car seat in.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you're like about that, but with the second one, you're
100%.
kind
It was totally different. I
Yeah.
couldn't believe how different it was, to be honest with you. And I also find that Izzy is a totally different baby. Like,
Yeah.
she is just a wrecking ball. Like, just...
but you've done it as well.
Yeah,
You're
so
almost like
we are so
a
different.
master of it because you've lived it for like, so what's the gap between yours? 4 years?
2 and 4 months.
2 and 4 months. So ours is like almost 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's bought.
Yeah.
You know what to do.
Yeah.
You're a hell of a lot more relaxed.
Yeah.
Like I remember we had pugs, and if one of our pugs had a come near Lily when she was a baby,
Yeah.
or like our dummy had a fall night, I was like, get the cleaners in. We need the absolutely this house hazmat suit on. Whereas now Jake's, I'd be like, here, Harry, look at, make sure it's clean, our pug, and then I'm like, Jake, there you go.
You see, I shouldn't even say this, Izzy and Fox's den, like, she'll just disappear under a table and come back up with food that I'm not even sure was from us.
Class.
And she's just like eating it, and I'm like, cool. Like, it's happened now. So,
Build your immune system.
yeah, and do you know what? She's 100% so far. Touch wood. So we rock it. Right, we're going to hit some quick fire.
Do
I
it.
know you love that. We were at
Yeah,
that,
yeah, we did. I did this with you and Dean.
Lovely, yeah. Oh, you did. I
Yeah.
was thinking of us at the Rima Sumo event.
Oh, yeah,
outside
yeah.
As well. So you're
That was
well.
a great event. I missed the last one,
Yeah,
which
so
was
did I.
good. So hopefully get into the next one.
Yeah, great lads. Right, here we go. Best restaurant in Northern Ireland right now, as of this day.
Best restaurant.
In your
Northern
opinion, in
Ireland.
Connor's opinion.
In my opinion, I have a very soft spot for Rome.
Mm.
I also have a really soft spot for Square Bistro in Lisburn.
You do.
Square
like that?
Bistro in Lisburn. Stevie Higginson,
shout
absolutely
out.
phenomenal. Yeah.
Very good. Check them out. One meal you could eat every week, forever and ever.
Pizza,
What's on it?
ham, mushroom, pepperoni. Yeah,
Nice.
from a proper pizzeria.
Aye.
Yeah, phenomenal.
What's your take on pineapple on a pizza?
Blasphemy. Shouldn't be allowed. Hard.
Jail. Okay. Fair enough. Dream collaboration that you have yet to land.
Oh, a dream collaboration. My goodness.
All the brands are listening out.
All the brands are
With-
listening.
with-
I'd
with
probably
bated
have
breath.
a person I'm going to go back to. I would love to do something with Wayne Rooney. I
Nice.
just think he's class.
Do you ever remember Wayne Rooney's Street Striker?
Doing that. What a show.
I did a day's work on that.
Did you?
Yeah, he pulled up, and I always remembered it was the year was 2010 when he was rumored he fell out with Fergie and it was going to sign for City.
Yeah.
And he pulled up in this red Audi RS6. It was class, and it was on this set in Manchester, but like abandoned warehouse, and
Used to throw the ball off.
They were dropping the ball down,
had to
and it was
control it and put it into like
cool, like
a skip. Oh, I loved it.
Yeah,
Absolutely loved it.
sponsored by Coke Zero at the time.
It was it?
It was, yeah. It was like brand new out at that
Not
stage.
like us today.
No, Ballygowan B-Active. It's the only way forward.
Caffeine.
Yeah, wee hydration boost and a caffeine boost. You're touching on Wayne Rooney, favourite Manchester United player ever?
Wayne Rooney, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think he's the best overall player. I know people, obviously Messi and Ronaldo are just crazy, but for me, I just love the way he played.
Yeah.
It's like that street football. Like, I love Phil Foden now as well.
Yeah.
I just think he's like very old-fashioned.
Aye.
Yeah. So Wayne Rooney closely followed probably by Keno.
Nice. Best Man U memory?
John Terry slip.
It was very good.
Yeah.
I remember, vividly watching with my dad and a few mates in his house here, and like the nerves, and yeah. I still watch that back, and you know the outcome, and it's like, how did that happen?
The Van der Sar. Yeah. That was.
But it was the fact that he had lined himself up to take that as potentially the winning penalty.
Oh yeah,
So
big ego boost on him.
yeah, but
Unbelievable, brilliant.
meant to
Couldn't
be.
happen to a nicer fella. Yeah,
Very
surprised he
good.
didn't turn up in a full United kit for the trophy lift.
Oh no, and that was a great year. I do think that 08 team is potentially a better team than the 99 treble winners.
I love the away team. Yeah,
And,
Wes Brown had a wonder season.
I don't understand how these Arsenal fans would even compare their
No.
team at the minute. But we'll not get into that.
No, it will not.
Dave Elliott come back on and argue that point. Most underrated place to eat in Northern Ireland?
Most underrated place to eat in Northern Ireland. Oh, that's a great question. I'm going to throw one out here, going back to family. We've went recently to Skillini,
Yes.
and they do a wonderful children's menu, which is excellent. And then probably, I don't know if anyone said this before, Common Market.
Yeah.
Like, you can just go in and explore so many different cuisines.
Yeah.
You can get a burger, get a taco, get a slice of pizza,
Yeah.
get chicken. There's food from all around the world. So I love that. I love a food truck.
Yeah.
Anything like that, yeah.
Lovely. Yeah, I haven't been to either of those places.
No, have you not? No?
Someone was actually talking just associated with Scalini, Villa Italia.
Yeah.
I
think they're cousins.
Haven't been in years, yeah. It's definitely a family relationship there. And apparently it's as good as ever. It was hiving during the week, and I think it'd be a
Always.
good one for the kids, actually.
And I love even that the fake grapes hanging.
Yeah.
And like the retro tablecloths that make you feel like you're in
Authentic.
Verona. Yeah, very authentic.
A Q Radio breakfast show or breakfast with the family?
Oh, that's a tough one. You know what I mean? That is a tough one because I love the breakfast show. And you were saying about a
Bring
bit
the
of
family
escapism.
Yeah.
It gives me those little 3 hours where I can totally switch off.
Yeah.
And it's just me, the listeners. You get to play some great music, engage with other people. But it's hard, isn't it? It's hard to not say your family.
I know. You have
It
to.
really is.
It's a given. I get that. And are you a night owl or an early riser?
The early riser, definitely. Well, I'm a bit of both.
I know.
There would be nothing against me starting a movie at 11, but like I like to be up by 7. Probably not personal choice. And before I had kids, no, I could have stayed in bed till 11.
Yeah.
Whereas now we were saying those 7 to 9 are the most productive 2 hours in my life.
In most parents' lives. Right, we'll hit our final question, mate. So we asked the same sort of thing to everybody. So if Lily and Jake, in your instance, were to listen back to this in 10, 15 years' time, what would you want them to take away from who their dad is and what he's trying to do in this season of his life?
I think just that I was present. So I think that's the one thing that I don't miss it because I never knew it. But I just think that, and I think they will, but that I was just always there for them.
Yeah.
And if they ever felt, I would never want my kids to ever feel they couldn't come to me with anything, whether it was trivial or serious, but that I was consistently present for them.
I love that. Very simple and beautiful all in the one mix. It's an interesting balance, isn't it?
I
with
thought you
kids?
were describing me there. Simple
Well,
and beautiful.
It's an interesting balance, I think, with kids, that you want them to be able to come to you with
Yeah.
all of their problems, but also that you are the strong figure, and
I think I have that with my mum. Like me and my mum would be like almost friends.
yeah,
And I think it was because it was me and her, and she had me quite young, and we grew up together, that like I would go to her. Like me and my mum, I would have no questions at all about just me and my mum heading out for a night out. It's class. Great relationship. And she's brilliant with my kids as well. I think she loves them more than she loves me. She tells me quite regularly.
so it's true.
Yeah, it's a fact. It's factual.
Mate, where can we find you? What's your social handles, and is there anything coming up that you want to mention to the audience?
Belfast food blogger. You can catch me there. You'll get everything. You'll get food. You'll get a little bit about me. You'll get funny things that I find on the internet that I reshare. But
Yes, you do some good parenting sort of memes.
Yeah.
Is it memes? Is that what it is?
Memes or memes, depends if you're...
Yeah, it depends who you are.
Yeah. Coming up, I have a little thing in the pipeline.
Oh.
Which...
Can we say anything about it? This is out in 2 weeks' time.
Oh, this is out in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
No, this is probably going to be my summer project. So I've finished teaching now.
Okay.
So I've you say you're not to get busy, but I've had a thing in the back of my mind that I'd like to do.
Okay.
Which is kind of mixed with social speaking and probably the special educational needs. So I've done a few of these as just like a one-off where I go in and speak to people about certain things.
Okay.
But I really enjoyed it. I got great feedback from it.
Okay.
So it's something that I'll maybe look at.
Okay.
Be totally separate from food.
Okay.
But yeah, so something that
You'll need a new Instagram handle.
may or may not. I will need a new Instagram handle. But yeah, so...
Awesome. Well, we'll be excited to see what develops.
Super. Thank you.
And thank you very much for coming down.
Excellent.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
And hopefully we'll go get a bite to eat here now.
Big deal, yeah. Perfect.
Awesome. Cheers.
Super duper.